local football. Only one station, and you know it's Bendigo's Fresh FM.
And our coverage continues on Grand Final Day 2020 across Bendigo and Central Victoria. Welcome back. We're about to get into the Reserves Grand Final this afternoon in the under-18s. It was Santos 4-12-36, led for most of the game, but Gisborne came home strongly in the last quarter, 5-8-38, and a thrilling under-18s grand final. So well done to Gisborne to bring up that premiership in the football. Also, there's been a winner in the netball in the final 17s and under. Gisborne 44 have defeated Kangaroo Flat 44-34. So well done to Gisborne. They're having a great day. At the moment, on 2022 Bendigo Grand Final Day. Talking about a great day, we're about to get the reserves underway. And, we're lucky here at Bendigo's Fresh to put together a team that... of stars, really. They've all contributed for a long, long time. One not so much. I'll talk about that in a moment over the journey. But first of all, we'll introduce Billy Hewitt. Now, Billy started, I'll ask you a little bit about your footy days, Billy, but you played some elite footy with the Bendigo Pioneers and the good old Bendigo Diggers. We used to love the Bendigo Diggers here.
Oh, they will, yeah, because the ball's going to be on the ground a lot more. It's about being smart, it's going to be skidding off, so it's a lot of that sort of Richmond surge mentality. Just get the ball forward any way you can. You cop your stoppages in the pocket, reset, and then, as long as the ball's in your forward half, you can do damage.
Yeah, so we've just had the toss of the coin for the reserves as well, and it was the Golden Square that had the co-captains out there, Sheldon Burke and Dean Norris. And Dean Norris was the one that called the kick to the city end of the ground here at the QEO, which is to the right of your radio dial if you're listening along at home.
Yeah, it always seems to be the easier end to score at, Winnie, for some reason. Playing here many years ago now, it just seemed to be no explanation really. Just it seems to be easy to kick goals at the city end. The rain is going that way as well. Not much breeze, so it'll be interesting to see how they start.
Yeah, I think too you've got to be a little bit careful of that as well. I've known a couple of games that I played in here. You thought you had the wind, you had the city end, you're thinking all the ducks are in a row here, we're going to come home with a wet sail. But against the wind, teams with their back against the wall are capable of kicking to the Barnard Street end, and I think there has been quite a few games won up that end of the ground as well. So there's no real reason. Probably
across this final series, I reckon the Barnard Street end probably has been more the scoring, and especially over the last couple of weeks. So and it will be an interesting day. So no sock popping up behind the goals at the Barnard Street end anymore. So a bit hard to tell which way the breeze is, but traditionally teams do like to kick to the city end.
Fresh Bendigo Grand Final Footy Day, Reserves Grand Final, the two teams breaking up, the players coming towards the bench. Not far off a start here in the 2022 Reserves Grand Final between Gisborne and Golden Square. The second semi was a close game. In these conditions, you'd expect it to be fairly close as well. Not conducive to great skills, but you win it in any way you can. The players just coming out to position now.
I would think too that, and I know it's sort of more of a thing about Gisborne being wet in a cold place. So I think if you were the Gisborne boys, you've been here and done it. It's probably not a bad day for them.
Absolutely, Winnie, you're spot on there. Fresh Bendigo Grand Final footy. We're about to get underway here in the Reserves Grand Final. Take us away, Cam.
Yeah, we're about to get underway as the umpire lofts the footy in the air to get us underway. 2022 Bendigo Football League Reserves Grand Final is Gisborne and Golden Square. And the umpire throws the ball up in the air, and the first contest of the day is one to square, but it's Shark there. It's Weber going in hard. Big pack. Norris, the captain of the Bulldogs, gets the first kick, but it's smothered off the boot, spills out towards the broadcast wing here. Norris again goes in hard. Flying through the pack there was Drew Barrett at the bottom of the pack. Big pack of players on top of this one. And we'll have a ball up. 60 out from home here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval.
This is where we like it, right in front of us here in the broadcast side. A real clear winner out of the ruck. Scrub kick forward there for Square. That was for Jenkin. It's over in the scoreboard pocket. Oh, dancing around over there and getting a left foot kick down, and it's out on the full, but it was a good bit of play there, Cam. That was young Thrum. He turned his man inside out, and his left foot kick couldn't get the first score on the board. Out in the full city end.
I had to double check to see there. I got Will Lee starting in the goal square for Golden Square, which is quite an odd one for him. Usually, traditionally, starting down back. Played a lot of senior footy down back, but Gisborne will bring the ball back into play. They fire it down the pool side. Wing, good intercept mark for Golden Square. They're 55 out from home, far wing. They lower the eyes, going inside. Jenkins, the target, doesn't quite carry over the top. Good intercept mark is taken for the Gisborne Bulldogs by Brereton.
He goes to the pool side, half-back flank. Oh, and going up, but spoiled there for Golden Square was Rayner. Kick forward, big pack of players. Fisted away there by Gisborne. Comes out the back. Oh, opportunist there for Golden Square was Jenkins, but it's rushed out to the outer side. Intercept mark sliding in front of the scoreboard. Golden Square. It looks like Draper over there. He kicks to the hot spot. Who's there? Good fist, but it's slipped off hands. It's going towards the boundary. It should be forced over. It is in front of the old Rotunda side forward pocket. We've been going 1 minute 53 here in the reserves grand final. No score for either Gisborne or Golden Square.
So it'll be thrown in hard up against the pocket. The point post thrown in. Going up for Golden Square. Brad Eaton knocks it to ground, but it's all Gisborne Bulldogs. Firing out a handball towards the line, and happy to see it across the line was Jacob Murphy, and we'll have a repeat throw in probably about 20 metres around from where the last boundary throw in was.
Good little throw he got away with there, Winnie. Plenty of those today, I'd say.
Like the little top knot on the boundary umpire as well.
Yeah.
Looking very slick.
Thrown in, 45 from home, taken out of the ruck. Gets a handball there, good tackle there. The ball spills free. There's going to be a lot of that in these conditions today. In there for square was Barrett. Just surging forward, ball not really going anywhere. The umpire says give it here, 45 from Golden Square's goal. No real clean play there. There'll be heaps of that today, Cam.
Yeah, Will Thrum going in, of course, the brother of young Jake Thrum, one of the stars of the senior football competition for Golden Square. Ball goes up, ball comes straight back down, and we'll do it all again. Not much clean possession happening early on this one. We played 3 minutes in the opening quarter of the reserves grand final, and we're yet to see a score.
Fisted forward, Gisborne attacking it hard there and not really getting a kick, and the umpire says you didn't get a kick correctly there for Golden Square, and that was terrible, and that's holding the footy. Take the kick for Gisborne on the half-back flank is the doctor in Steinbach. He'll come grandstand side. Probably a bit too much on the kick. It may skid out of bounds, that it does, as we see Shaw come onto the ground for Gisborne. 3 minutes 30 gone. No score yet, thanks to live score sponsor Bendigo Bulk Carpets.
So ball thrown in right in front of the grandstand, centre wing position. Knocked to front of the pack. Harry Burke's in there, so too Drew Barrett. Quick kick forward. Golden Square, Dylan Hurd's there. Dean Norris comes charging through. Just threw a boot at it, but completely missed the footy. Might work out all right as Humphrey picks it up, bangs it towards Will Lee. Just carried a little bit, and it goes out of bounds, and we'll throw it in the right-hand side pocket here at the Queen Elizabeth Oval.
Will Lee, he looks like a pretty good target down there. A couple of times the ball just hasn't quite got to him or put out, giving him the best opportunity. But I reckon his size will be a good focus for Square today.
Yeah, it'll prove a factor down there, Winnie. You're right. Oh, just could have been a free kick to Gisborne. Scooped out here, soccering out of the air. Oh, Golden Square behind the stick. That was Eaton, Brad Eaton. He's been a good footballer back in the day. Fairly handy bloke to have running around in the twos. That's the first score. 4 minutes 30 gone. Golden Square 1 point. Gisborne yet to score.
Gisborne bring the ball back into play. They go down the poolside wing. In there was Humphrey. Ball come to ground. Quick skirting kick forward from Gisborne. They got the ball on the far wing. Handballing their way through pressure was Jared Vernon. Gets it to a teammate. They go into the middle where the cricket pitch is, where it's a little bit of a mud, and it's all Golden Square. Harry Burke decides just to soccer it off the ground. Thumps it inside forward 50. The target down there couldn't quite take it. That was Harry Thomas. Gisborne able to relieve a little bit of pressure, and they'll bring it out wide through Shapano.
Kicks to the outer side, marking on his chest over there on the pool side is the doctor in Steinbach. Comes back in, risky kick inside, but he's got a target there near the centre wicket. Taken there by Weaver. Handball. Needs to probably kick it in these conditions, I would have thought, Winnie.
5-on-1
turned
handball.
over, scrubbing kick forward. It's in the van there for Gisborne is McDonald. He's got pressure from Lee. As you said, Winnie, he's a big presence down there, and the delivery to him so far hasn't been great.
No, I think they just need him one-on-one down there, and they've had that opportunity a couple of times. But obviously, in these conditions, it's not ideal. It's not easy to get the ball exactly where you want it.
His last 3 games, Will Lee, have been in the back line of the seniors for Golden Square, but he's back playing in the reserves as a forward today. You wouldn't read about it. There's a free kick out of the throw-in, and it's going the way of Golden Square.
Eaton, I think,
and it's Brad Eaton that's going to receive it. Might have been a little bit of a off-the-ball treatment.
Yeah, I think the umpires will probably have to let it go a little bit today with the amount of bodies getting chucked in there. But, I suppose the umpires see it as it is, and he's got himself a pretty hard kick. He's going to kick from 40, 45 metres, so it's going to be a good effort.
So almost underneath the scoreboard here, 45 out. Eaton comes in, fires at goalwards, hasn't got the distance, carries over the pack. Golden Square player unable to claim the mark. It might have been Will Thrum, and it falls off hands, and we'll have it thrown in. It's about the 4th time we've had it thrown in. It's the exact same position.
Ball looks heavy already, doesn't it?
It does, but it is carrying a little bit. You've noticed there is a breeze going towards the city end of the ground.
Forward pocket. Taking the ruck, Lee. Big body on him. Said that earlier. Thrown in nice and high. Gives both ruckmen a chance. I'll push there against Lees. And he fished it out, and it's going towards the goals, and it's rushed over the line there for Gisborne by Nickel. Takes Golden Square to 2 points. Gisborne yet to score. Live score thanks to Bendigo Bulk Carpets.
Gisborne bring the ball back into play again, going down that poolside wing here at the QEO. Barrett's there for Golden Square. Handball to Eaton. Came from Draper. Sends it to the hot spot. Jenkins got the fly. Didn't quite bring it down. The little fella had a bit of a leap on him there. Ball is just playing around. A bit of volleyball at the top of the square. Gisborne picked it up. Matty Jenkins, his flick was pushed off hands, and it's gone through for a rush score. But that was a nice fly from young Jenkins, unable to pull it down. It would have been an absolute perler. Would have been 15 out directly in front, but instead it goes through for a behind. Golden Square register their 3rd, their 3 behinds. Gisborne yet to score. Fresh Bendigo Grand Final Day live score sponsor, Meat Matters.
Big kick to the outer side. You'd think it'd come off hands and go out of bounds in front of the chip fan. It does. They could bring some around. They'll be busy over that side of the ground today, as you can see everyone over the other side, Winnie. They're either watching the netball under that peppercorn tree, or they're enthralled by the reserves footy. Thrown back in. No real clean play. Comes out the back. Thrum lowers his eyes and hits the chest. Coming out beautifully on a lead there for Golden Square was Dylan Hurd. And he'll have a shot. Probably kick from about 35 out. Tight angle on the scoreboard pocket. Nice bit of play there, Winnie.
Look, yeah, I think Square have definitely got off to the better start. The Golden Square backmen will be getting hypothermia up the Barnard Street end at the moment, but the forwards are certainly getting a bit of it.
Umpire arches his back, taps his chest and said that's one behind. Takes Golden Square to 4 points. We've been going 8.5 minutes here. Live score sponsor Variety Superstore, Strath Village.
Just peppering their chances, Golden Square. Talk about the defenders getting hypothermia, but the modern game, every player pushed up. There's only one player from each team in the opposite end of the QEO.
I don't know how I'd have gone with that, Winnie. I'd have been down. Just no need to be up here amongst that.
Yeah, so you've got playing deep down there is Dan Davey. The only player that is on the Barnard Street end of the ground here. And Golden Square's Seb Pellegrino, their big full-back, is also standing in the middle of the ground. But everyone else is in this half.
I had a mate, when he used to do that, he'd play full-back, and he's got a grain company transport. He'd be standing down there if he was the full-back in the square trying to sell 3 or 4 loads of grain to a farmer from Murrabit who wants his feed.
Yeah, it never miss an opportunity.
The ball might have gone over the fence here, so unless the kids run away with it.
Speaking of full-backs, Seb Pellegrino, he's a big boy. I'll bring in a gym reference. I see him at the gym at Feel Good Golden Square every morning. He works hard and he's a big lad. I think he'll be doing well to push him off the footy today.
So play restarted. Gisborne go down the wing. Mark is taken there. It's not paid. It's Nolder. Quickly plays around onto his right foot. Sends it into the middle of the ground. Fly came from them. Flying high was Steinbach, but a good intercept mark for Golden Square. They'll send it forward. They come from Trelful. Sends it into the hot spot. Jenkins again. He's looking lively. Gisborne have the numbers at the drop of the ball, but the handball's gone straight to Jenkins. Wheels around. Throws a little right foot in, and it somehow finds its way to a target. 25 metres out, directly in front. And Golden Square, they have peppered their chances at goal so far. They've had all the play down here. Will this be their opportunity to kick their first goal of the day?
We're certainly in range. We've noticed a few kicks dropping short, which is fair enough, but he should be able to kick this.
Comes in, throws it on the boot, and he looked like he gave it a little bit of a celebration off the boot, but it just falls short for Golden Square.
Jack Sampson, I think it clipped the inside of the post. That takes Golden Square to 5 points, wasting their opportunities here as the ball's brought back in. Chipping kick finds the Gisborne player there in Bran Castellano. He's looking to handball off, right in front of the broadcast wing. Kicks forward in the good
Good mark,
position there
Norris.
for it was Norris. Goes back inside to centre half forward, looking for Eaton. He's got to back with courage. Copped the knee, but kept going. Good play there. Scooped up here for by Thrum. Gets a handball out. Goes back over the top to Burke, who's looking for no one. Finds out there, and Sampson handballs back. Check side kick into the square, but only Gisborne at home, and marked on the chest easily there was Bran Castellano.
He looks up. He hasn't got much to do, so he's forced to just dump kick it down the pool side wing underneath the scoreboard. Big pack of players fly. No one able to bring it down. Fraser's there for Gisborne. Ball hits the deck. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go the way of Golden Square for Harry Burke. He quickly picks up, rolls back across his mark, sends it towards the hot spot. Target down there for them. Flying high was Hurd, unable to take it. Ball comes off hands. It's socket off the ground.
Hurd.
And Hurd's got the goal. Something out of nothing for Golden Square. And after all their dominance, they finally find themselves a goal. Golden Square 1-5-11. Gisborne yet to score. Fresh Bendigo Grand Final footy. Live score sponsor, Rural and Outdoors, Castlemaine.
Well, geez, they'd be happy with that, wouldn't they? Look, after, five behinds in a row, you do start to worry when the goal's coming. And, it only takes a couple of kicks, a couple of minutes, and bang, Gisborne could have been in front. But, so they'll be very relieved to have that major on the board. Yeah,
and as a coach, you'd know, Winnie, that had settled the nerves for him as well on the bench, being a non-player. We're back in the middle here. We've been going 12 and a half minutes. It's an 11-point lead to Golden Square. We'll have a secondary ball up. There's a good, strong tackle laid there by the skipper of Golden Square, joint skipper, Norris. Be thrown up again. Right in the heart of the QEO. Grand final day here. Kick forward. Good kick forward there by Gisborne. That was Davey. It's in the South Bendigo forward pocket. Ball's in dispute. Sliding in there nice and hard. Golden Square that was a young fella there in Rayner. We'll have a ball up here in the forward pocket as there's about 5 or 6 players on top of it, Cam, and we'll see a lot of that today, you'd think.
Yeah, it's going to see a lot of contested footy. So far, it's been Golden Square, the better of the two in the contest. Ball comes down straight to the bottom of the pack again. Shelton's in there. It's socket forward for Golden Square. It was Parks into the middle of the ground. Big hit from Eaton. He was taken without the footy. Umpire put his whistle to the mouth, but then decided not to play the free kick. Big pack of players fly in there again. And it's just scrambling at the bottom of the pack. Norris tries to just bust his way through. Got through, fired out a little handball, but only went all of 2 metres. And the umpire still circling, eventually says to ball it up. I don't mind that, wet weather footy. Let it play a little bit. But I think Eaton was a little bit stiff not to get a free kick there.
Well, he just got tackled. He was standing there, got tackled, and the ball wasn't anywhere near him. But anyway, it's thrown up. Good fist out there by Square. Ball's in dispute again. Scrubbing kick towards the bench. It's touched off hands. Lands out in the full, but we'll have a boundary throw in. Winnie, this is where we like to play. Nice and easy, no binoculars required.
No, it's perfect spot for us. And I was noticing too, Thomas Fraser there, just in that last contest, was throwing his weight around a little bit too, which is good to see.
Thrown in right in front of the broadcast box. It's sent forward by Will Thrum. Bouncing ball. Norris comes out, gets it, wheels around onto his right, sends it in. Slipping over down there was Barrett, which allowed Gisborne a bit of time, but they're under immediate pressure. Handball wasn't great. It was intercepted for Golden Square by Herb, but his kick is fired out of bounds on the full. And it'll be brought back into play by Adam Brancastiano for the Gisborne Bulldogs.
Been going nearly 15 minutes here, first quarter.
Ooh, decides to handball.
Lead to, interesting play. If they go to the scoreboard side, I thought they'd come broadcast. Gisborne controlling the footy. Oh, that's a turnover there. Getting a good fist in was Lee. He looks to have moved up the ground to get into the play. He started at full forward, Winnie, and he looks to have moved onto the ball now.
Yeah, get some big bodies over the footy, get that ball moving forward at every opportunity, and I think that's probably what they're thinking is there.
Poolside wing, the rain has cleared here at the QEO for the moment, but it is still very wet out there. Off the ground, both ruckmen go to ground. Shelton's in there for Golden Square. Big pack of players form on top of this one. Umpires plucked out a high free kick, which is going to go the way of the Bulldogs. They quickly send it inside forward 50. Norris is the target, got one hand to it. Ball spilled to the back of the pack. It's kicked for goal. Front and centre. Crum was brilliant. And that was Hurd. He's got his second. The Bulldogs have got their second. That is the Golden Square Bulldogs. They move to 2-5-17. Gisborne yet to register a score. They may have not yet registered an inside 50 either. Live score sponsor, thanks to Meat Matters.
Dylan Hurd, that's an opportunist. I think he's going to enjoy today. Both his goals have come off the ball hitting the deck and he certainly seems to know where they are. So what a great start for him today.
Yeah, perfect little man down there, and it's a real, as you said, Winnie, it's opportunist type conditions, and he's taken both of his chances there. He's kicked a couple, 2-5-17, Gisborne yet to score, ball back in the middle, thrown up, one down there by Golden Square by Simons, coming out to the half-back flank, ball's in dispute, going in nice and hard and trying to win it there was Thrum. A lot of players around this footy, not really going there, squeezes out the back, picking it up for, was McDonald, he's tackled hard, and the umpire says that's holding the footy. Great tackle there by Square, and that was laid by Will Thrum, who's been in the action early, Cam.
Yeah, he started very well, Will Thrum. He's a solid boy. Sheldon Burke standing behind there, the captain, or co-captain. Thought about giving him the handball for the second.
Could have been a bit high, maybe, anyway.
Thrum sends it in right to the top of the goal square. Big pack of players fight. Eaton got up, ball spills out. Simons is in there for Golden Square. Ball is just scrabbling around inside forward 50. Appeals for holding the ball. It spills out. Here's a chance for Shelton. Tried to take on a tackle. Ball's just really skewing around. That's a ripping tackle. Completely dropped it.
Yep.
He was gone just as he picked it up. And he didn't really have much chance to get rid of it, but he was just dropped to the footy. It was a terrific tackle. That was Brodie James of Golden Square. He'll go back. We'll kick from about 40 metres out. And not much of an angle, but tough to kick the ball in these conditions, but he has got the wind at his back.
Yeah, well, really kickable, 45-degree angle. Just sit it up on that left post, Winnie, and let the breeze just take it through, you'd think.
Sounds nice and easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's an easy game.
So Brodie James crosses over the 5 of 50, comes in, he starts it, it swings back nicely in the breeze, and Gisborne have conceded their third goal. It is danger signs for the Gisborne Bulldogs. It is all Golden Square early in this one. They get their third. They move along to 3 goals, 5-23. And Gisborne yet to register a score. We've played 18 minutes in the reserves grand final of the opening quarter at the QEO. Fresh Benio, grand final day. Live score sponsor, Meat Matters.
Really, mate, you have just got in his head then, didn't you? He did exactly what you said. And
hopefully there's a couple of AFL clubs listening to the broadcast.
Oh,
They need a goal-kicking coach.
That's right, mate. No, I think if he could have followed your instructions to the letter any more than he did.
We've been going 18 and a half minutes here. It's a 23-point lead to Golden Square. Ball's back in the middle. Kick forward. Good kick out there by Shelton. It's deep in there. Will Lees is in the van, but he's not able to get it. Defending was Brethren. Soccers it off the ground out towards the chip van on the half-back flank. 50-50 contest. Just sinks it on the boot. It's deep in the Golden Square. Good fist away there and earning himself a free kick for Gisborne was Thomas right on the last line of defence.
Yeah, I think Lockie Humphrey was all over him then.
He was.
The umpire did well to pick that up too. She was in a good spot to see it.
So they chip into the pocket, hugging the boundary line. The mark's taken. It's Brand Castellano, sends it down the grandstand side wing.
Oi.
The target down there for them is Steinbash. Ball hits the deck. Golden Square go inside through Trelful. Couldn't quite find his target. That was Humphrey diving in. Gisborne had just picked it and banged it outside, but it has gone out of bounds on the floor. It's been marked in the crowd. And it will be sent back into play by the Bulldogs. It is Jack Trelful, right in front of our broadcast position.
Oh, either way.
The umpire nearly got his head taken off.
It's kicked to the hot spot out in front. No real clean winner. Coming out there is Eaton. Gets a handball out. Oh, the skipper.
Oh,
Great smother there by Gisborne. Coming through and putting his body on the line was Brethren. Gone to the outer side in front of the scoreboard. Handball back inside. Oh, you need to soccer it off the ground now. Does that, and that was McDonald. He's got a player out there. Could have caught one high. The umpire put the whistle to his mouth and says, no, play on. Out in front of that big peppercorn tree on the outer side, Winnie.
Gone.
And that is holding the footy. Free kick to Gisborne. And there we go. That's quarter time. Golden Square, 3-5-23. Gisborne yet to score, and that's on the live score sponsor, Bendigo Bulk Carpets. First quarter gone here in the reserves grand final. Fresh Bendigo footy grand final.
Good crowd building here for the conditions. It is a nice crowd. A few people packed up underneath the goals down there, Barnard Street end.
No one's in a hurry to get off the ground. It's like they're crossing a pedestrian crossing, isn't it? It's just like, oh, it's my time. I'll take as long as I want.
Yeah, I like those people.
Me too. They're lovely. But it's a bit slippery up. Give them probably a bit of a heads up. It is probably pretty slippery out there. It's a bad day if you slip on your ass this time of day.
The last few crowd members have made their way off. Umpire holds the ball aloft. The second quarter of the reserves grand final. Here's Billy Hewitt.
Rayner and Nola to do contest in the middle. Nola wins it down. It's on the cricket pitch, socket off the ground. Good work there for Gisborne was Vernon. Gone to the half-forward flank. In the first position there was Draper. He's tackled without the footy, but the umpire says play on. Scrubbing kick
Got a
forward
loose
there
number
for
here.
Weaver. Inside 50. Good one-on-one contest. Finding it on the ground there. Probably his first possession back there for was Ross. Kicks it to the outer side. Umpire's found a free kick. It'll go the way of Golden Square. And that all the way over the other side looks to be Humphrey.
So Humphrey sends the ball down the poolside wing, hits the bottom of the pack. Big pack of players around this one. Big, strong tackles being laid, and the umpire's plucked out was that a holding the ball free kick?
I'm not sure. Didn't have
That was very, very harsh. But Humphrey's got it. Sends it inside forward 50. Target down there was Lee. Shoved his opponent out of the way. Got away with it, but it didn't fall his way. Gisborne send the kick down the wing. Bouncing footy. Bounces over a couple of heads. Golden Square not able to really gain too much. They decide to come through the middle, and that's a good mark taken. It's Brodie James. Played on when he probably didn't need to, but it might work out. Lee goes through, unable to pick it up cleanly. Eventually it's sent out of there by Manders for the Bulldogs, and it just bounces and bounces out of bounds, and we'll throw it in right in front of the barbecue tent, which isn't very busy at the moment, over there on the pool side of the QEO.
I wonder if they've got any vegan options for me over there this afternoon. I'll head over and have a look.
I'd say probably not.
You'll be on your own there, Winnie. Thrown in. Good tackle. Umpire rewards the tackle. Holding the footy, Gisborne to take the resultant free kick on the halfback flank. Hard to see who's getting up over the other side.
They're a bit hotter on the holding the ball this quarter than what they were in the first quarter, I think, the umpires.
They certainly have been. Kick to the outer wing, pull side wing. Going up there was Nola. Misses it, comes out the back. Scrubbing kick forward there for Gisborne by Clinton Young. Over the top, it's made its way forward. Going back with courage for Golden Square was Pellegrino. And we'll have a ball up right at the top of the square. Bit of push and shove. You watch the fight, Winnie. We watch the footy.
I'd back young Seb there. I reckon he could throw a good straight one. I reckon he's a big lad.
Ball it up right at the top of the goal square. Gisborne's first real look at the goals. Trying to find a way through there was the captain McDonald, but he's just pounced upon. There is a good 10 players lying on top of that one. We'll do it all again. Right on top of the goal square here. City end of the ground. Gisborne looking for their first score. Ball goes up, comes straight back down. It was almost thrown out of there. Now it's hit the point post, so it could be deliberate, and it is.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
If it had been a point, it would have been okay, but it hit the point post, and that was the only intention, and it's going to be the Bulldogs, which is Gisborne. Luke Weber, he'll have to snap it. He'll come around on his right, turns around, snaps, but he hasn't got enough of it, and it's through for a minor score. They're on the board. Gisborne one behind, Golden Square 3-5-23. We've played 4 minutes in the second quarter. Variety Superstore, Strath Village, live score sponsor.
What do we call it now? Insufficient intent. Is that the word for it?
That's
If it goes through for a point, then they get the ball back. But because it hits the point post, pretty obvious that was what his intention was. I thought he was lucky not to get done for a throw as well, to be honest.
So bring it back into play, Jack Terriful. We've been going 3.5 minutes. 22-point lead to Golden Square. Outer side. The ball's going to be kicked over there, the defensive side, a lot of the day. One over there by Draper, sharped it off the pack. His handball missed the target there for Golden Square. And we'll have a boundary throw in, outer side, half-back flank for Golden Square.
The boundary umpires are certainly earning their money today, Win.
They are. It's good to see him throwing it in nice and high too. Back in, Nolder wins the tap. Inside, taps it inside 50. Young coming out, he'll want his left side. Good tackle there by Draper. And kills the ball out of bounds again, Cam. And we'll have another boundary throw in. 4 minutes gone, second turn.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, Clinton Young was probably the difference between these two sides in the reserves qualifying final. Yet to see much of him, but he is a target down in that forward line. So hopefully he can get going. If you're a Gisborne fan, ball coming out to the bottom of the pack. Harry Burke threw it down. Draper was there. Barrett went through. Sent forward for Gisborne, and it's going to find its way into the hands of Dan Davey. And he slides and takes the mark. 30 metres out. Not too much of an angle. And you called the last goal. What's he got to do from this end?
Well, he's on the other side, so he's just got to sit this one on the right post, mate, and let it work back through. And it's on that 45-degree angle, and just let the breeze do the work.
There we go. Hopefully he's listening to Billy out there. Dan Davey, Gisborne, in desperate need of a goal. Comes in on the right, fires it goalwards. Never in doubt. Gisborne moved to 117. Golden Square 3-5-23. Live score sponsor, Meat Matters.
That was a nice kick, wasn't it? He's bloody nailed that, and never looked like missing straight through the middle.
I was watching him in the warm-up just to get a bit of an idea of a few of the players, Winnie, since 2019. It's been a long time, but watching him kick them from both sides, and he was nailing them nicely. So he's taken his first opportunity there, and sees the score 3-5-23 to 1-1-7 in favour of Golden Square. And that's Bendigo Bulk Carpet's live score sponsor.
Well, you're right on that, Billy. It's been 3 years, hasn't it, since we were back here together?
It has indeed, mate.
All the three of us having a bit of a chat about the footy.
Back into the middle. Rayner goes up. Got first hands to it. Straight to the bottom of the pack, though. And on the bottom of the pack for Golden Square is Drew Barrett. Well-known player around Golden Square. Played a lot of senior footy as well. Rayner knocks it forward again, but to no prevail. Gisborne pick it and just send it forward. It's a good 40-metre kick. Breeze just carries it a little bit. Unable to take the mark was Davey. Draper got it. Fed out the handball wide to a teammate. Running down there, that was Pellegrino. The fullback hasn't been too busy, but he's starting to get involved in the game a little bit here. Far wing, Will Lee tries to charge his way through. He did so, but he dropped to the footy and he's gone, holding the ball.
Yeah, good tackle over there by Manders. He'll take the free kick on the wing, drives it inside forward 50. Coming out there, Young's in best position, but sliding in was Burke. The ball comes out. It's in dispute on the 50 on the ground. I'd say we'll get a ball up here with about 4 or 5 players around the footy. That we do. 6.5 minutes gone. Second term. Sees Gisborne 1-1-7, Golden Square 3-5-23. Ball thrown up on the 50. Nolder wins it down. Scrubbing kick there by, that was by Norris. Coming out, no one really winning the footy. Kick back inside 50. Good mark on his chest. That's taken there by Gisborne. It's hard to pick up who it is on the outer side there. Cam, can you see who that is? He's got the long sleeves. I reckon it might be Thomas, Harry Thomas by the looks of it. That it is.
Harry Thomas was the 23rd player for the senior side today. Obviously didn't get a game in the seniors. He was their last out. But he's here in the twos, lining up for Gisborne's second in a row.
45 to ground, much the same as Davey just kicked, but just about 15-20 metres out. He'll kick from just inside the paint of 50. City end, sit it up on that right goalpost. In he comes now, kicks, it's low, it's hard, and it's through. That's Gisborne's second, takes him to 2-1. Golden Square 3-5 on the live sponsor, Bendigo Bulk Carpet scoreboard.
Making the most of their opportunities. You sort of, and you've got it today, don't you? You know, Golden Square might be ruining those 5 behind. You obviously expect to get a couple, but yeah, Gisborne storming home in the last couple of minutes.
That's a good finish on a dry day from there when he just inside 50. But
it's a great kick.
It was a very good kick, and as you mentioned, 23rd man, so he's obviously got a bit of skill.
A fair percentage of the crowd is behind the goals at the Barnard 3, and if I was them, I'd make my way down to the city end because that's where the whole game has been played so far. Gisborne win it forward. Draper flew out wide, couldn't quite take it, came off hands. Shapano's in there for Gisborne. They have to go backwards to go forwards, but they put a teammate under all sorts of pressure, and he's gone, holding the ball. And that was a terrific tackle on the far wing. They'll chip it wide. Draper.
He's had a bit of it.
He has been very good. He makes the wings his own, Callum Draper. Pull side winger at the QEO. Thought about coming into the middle of the ground. Decides against it. Sends it to the top of 50, but it's going to be a defensive mark for Gisborne. And they will turn it over and look to go back up towards the city end of the ground.
Manders has it inside defensive 50, left foot up. Swings out on the arc. This will be probably killed out of bounds. No, it's hit the deck. A lot of players putting their head over the footy. Going in there and winning it. Oh, copping one high. That'll be a free kick to Gisborne. And that will be, taking that over there will be Thomas Fraser. Kicks it, wastes no time. Inside 50. Good fist out here. Ball's on the ground. He's got a bit of time and space. Picking it up now. On the left. On the right. Oh, hits the post. That was young Heath Simpson. Geez, he had a bit more time than he thought there, Winnie.
That was quite amazing, really. I haven't seen anyone out by themselves with that much time all day.
Golden Square bring the ball in, and it's not a great kicking because he's found a Gisborne player standing on his own. That's Thiner, right in front of our broadcast position. He'll kick from directly in front of Jamie Hogan, the Golden Square coach, as he watches on. Thiner sends it into the hot spot, got a flyer, couldn't quite take it, but he got up. That was Harry Thomas again. He's starting to look lively for Gisborne down in that forward line. It comes off hands and we'll have it thrown in inside the forward pocket.
Good defensive punch there from Jack Thurifel. He's been good in defence for Golden Square this quarter. Thrown back in, tapping it down to himself and getting a handball over the top. Burke's there. Also help from young Alex Jenkins. The ball's out of bounds, forward pocket. Been going just over 10 minutes in the second term. Gisborne 2-2-14. Golden Square 3-5-23. Live sponsor scoreboard thanks to Bendigo Bulk Carpets.
Thrown in. Rayner goes up, won it down. Eaton fends off a tackle, then kicks it down the wing, but that's a very ordinary kick because he's picked out the Gisborne player in Matthew Jenkins. Thought about going quickly to no prevail. Sampson just stands on the mark. It's sent into the hot spot. Big pack of players for Eaton. Clever little knock. Finds its way to Burke. Almost what he found himself into all sorts of pressure. He's chipped it into the pocket. Jenkins claimed the mark. Umpires set out of bounds on the full. You can hear in our special effects, Mike, the Golden Square bench doesn't agree. But it'll be Shaw. 45 metres out. Hard up against the boundary. Yeah, we've got the perfect view of it here. It looked like it. So Shaw, 45 out, hard up against the boundary. Right-hand side forward pocket. Town end of the QEO. And his kick fired on goal is out of bounds on the full. And it'll be brought back into play by Brad Eaton of Golden Square.
The Golden Square bench might think that was just you justice there, Winnie, I think. But it was definitely out in the full.
Yeah, it was really good composure to get the ball out there in the pack. But
that breeze is quite strong carrying the kicks, though.
Yeah, he went a bit far.
Eaton to bring it back in. He'll stick to this side. Oh, he's taken on Young on the mark. It's 50. That wasn't 50. He should have called play on there. Young,
is that the stand rule?
It was the stand rule, and Young... Eaton had played on. Now there's no one on the mark. So goes through, kicks it off his shin to half forward. Ball's in dispute. Coming through there and winning the ball was Murphy. He shins it as well and somehow finds a target, and they're out in Shaw. He's on the wing. He should go long inside forward 50. It'll skid out of bounds. That it does. And just in front, on a lead there for Gisborne was Vernon.
If Shaw kept his feet there, he had a handball over the top and they were away, but he just went to ground.
Well, forgive him in
these
conditions.
Turnover, but yes. You'd hate to be playing for Gisborne. They've travelled all the way down here and forgot the long stops today. Ball thrown in, right in front of us. Clever little tap down. It's taken by Murphy, but he tried to take on a tackle. He disposed of it, but he's going to get a free for a high tackle.
He dropped the knees.
So Murphy, right on the paint of 50, sends it to the hot spot. Needs an option. Big pack of players fly. It's punched away for Golden Square by Sheldon Burke, the captain. Goes to the wing. Clearing kick out's going to come straight back in, though, I think. In fact, actually, Shelton, he ran really hard. Socket at 20 metres forward. There's no one in the vicinity. That is deliberate out of bounds, and it will be brought back into play right in front of the slide here. It is going to be brought back into play by Harry Manders.
Kicking it that far along, Winnie, I reckon you've nearly got to shelve that rule today. It's kicked inside forward 50. There's a push there. Young goes down. No free kick. He's not happy, and probably fair enough. And as a result of that, Eaton was able to slide in on his knees and take a defensive mark on his chest with no competition. He'll go on his left foot. He likes shinning them. It hasn't gone too far. The half-back flank over there was the captain in Norris. Ball's coming out the back. Nolder kicks it up and under. Not for the faint of heart, and backing back strongly. That's a very good mark to square. That's by Nick Roche. Good courage there, Winnie.
Oh, look, any effort today is courageous because you've got to put your body on the line in a grand final, but that was special.
Far side wing right in front of that chip band that Billy's been eyeing off, expecting him to do the dash at half-time to get some hot chips. Sends it down the wing. It's going to be turned over, though. McDonald gets it, pumps it straight back inside forward 50. Davies the target down there. Good courage for Golden Square. That was Pellegrino who stood in his way and was able to force the ball over the boundary line for a throw-in right underneath the scoreboard, which reads Gisborne 2-2-14, Golden Square 3-5-23. We've played 15 minutes in the second quarter. Meat Matters, live score sponsor.
Thrown back in. Scrubbing a kick out there for Square was Thrum. Goes to the outer side. Skidding along. Draper's in there. He's been in everything. Kick forward. Dropping what he should have marked there and going in hard. Could earn himself a free kick was Vernon. A lot of players around the footy will have a ball up. 45 from the city end goal. You just notice there, Winnie, that Brad Eaton is the loose man in defence. Big body back there. He's been in a lot of the play.
It's a good idea to put someone back there. Just takes the pressure off the rest of your teammates.
So Gisborne have sent it forward out of the congestion. Harry Thomas chases after it, but it goes over the boundary line. A few Golden Square players with their hands up. Surely they weren't appealing for a delivery out of bounds then.
Why
It's about
not?
the same as
You're
the
a
other one.
chance, Yeah, you're always a chance.
Young boundary umpire, left hand forward pocket, thrown in. Rayner goes up, knocks it to ground. It's just a big pack of players under it. Gisborne trying to find the way through. Strong tackle being laid. That was Nick Ross. And with that strong tackle, the ball is not going to be coming out of that. The umpire says, give it to me, I'll restart play.
15 minutes gone, second term. Gisborne 2-2-14, Golden Square 3-5-23. Ball thrown up, tap down, winning it out there and trying to step around and really throwing it to Young. He goes for a banana, it's out of bounds.
I think he just put it into his bread basket there.
Yeah,
didn't he?
Harry
Said,
Thomas
"Here you go, you
just
can have it."
thought it was the Bledisloe Cup and just handed it off. And Young was closed down immediately, not able to get a kick away.
Bit of time wasting.
We'll have a boundary throw in. And it comes, tapping it down, winning it was Nolder. Comes out the back, it's a cake of soap, the footy. Trying to scrub it forward for Golden Square there was Holmes. Comes out now, it's on the half-back flank. Good tackle there, came out the back, could have been holding the footy, sinking the slipper into it there was Parks. It's gone to the wing, kick forward there by Brethren. Going up was Eaton, that loose man in defence. Ball spills out, Young's on his right side for a left footer. Can't pick it up. Good hard tackle. Just really not going anywhere. Coming in and getting a handball out there for Gisborne was Vernon. Kick forward and marking on his chest. Good defensive mark inside 50. That looks like young Lockie Humphrey taking his time getting up, trying to waste a bit of time here with 3.5 minutes to go in the second term.
Yeah, Dan Davey certainly wasn't content to give him the ball. Humphrey chips across to the pocket underneath the scoreboard. The vice-captain in Holmes goes for a little wing. Goes for a little run, I should say, then sends it down the wing. Norris almost brought it down one-handed, hits the bottom of the pack. They scrub a kick into the middle of the ground. It's picked up and sent forward from Parks. It's going to be turned over, though. They've got numbers in the middle of the ground here, Gisborne. They fire it into McDonald. He gets it, plays on, sends it in. Here comes Young. And a strong
Davey,
grab.
is
Is it Davey?
Might be Davey, I think.
That was a terrific
They do
grab.
look similar.
A very nice grab in the air. In fact, it was Davey. Just eye-lined the footy, went for it, and marked it right above his head, 35 metres out. Not much of an angle. If he starts it on that left-hand post and swings it back, he'll be right. Similar spot to where he kicked the first one from. Fires it out, but he just starts it to the left, and it doesn't come back. The rain's starting to come down at the QEO now. 17.5 gone, second quarter. Gisborne 2-3-15. Golden Square 3-5-23. With live score sponsor, Rule and Outdoors, Castlemaine.
He just sort of guided that one a bit when he didn't kick through it, did he?
No, he like Cam said, he was in the same spot as last time, just didn't execute.
Ball to be brought back in here. Young Jack Theraful going to the outer side, which is no surprise. Kicks outside 50. There'll be a big pack of players going up. Ball comes to ground. Didn't have it there, Gisborne, but umpire didn't see the free. A lot of players around this footy. We'll have a ball up. Been going 2 minutes to go, second term. It's Golden Square by 8 points.
So thrown up right on the paint of 50. Knocked forward. Draper chases after it. And the boundary umpire eventually wins today. Probably had the most touches of anyone on the ground. The boundary umpire on the far side of the ground there today. Is a Golden Square player down. I don't know what's happened, but the umpire's called for a stop of play right at the top of the square. Well off the ball, a good 30 metres away. A little bit of push and shove. Zach Holmes from Golden Square's in there. Heath Simpson. No idea what happened. We're all watching the footy.
He might have gone down with the cold. It's pretty nasty up there.
He looks to be...
There is a little bit of remonstration down there, so something may have happened well off the ball here.
He might have caught one in the solar plexus, I think. He seems to be sort of holding his stomach, so... As you said, we didn't see it. It was a long way off the ball, so...
Come on, Nick, you have one job to watch the fight. We watch the footy. You're supposed to watch the fights.
Sorry about that, Cam.
So, has there been a free kick plucked out? Or are we going to go back? I'm not sure what's happening here. Is
He coming off for a break.
Yeah,
Golden
he's
Square
holding
player's been
holding
carried
his,
off.
Stomach, so it's...
Looks like he's been shivved.
One way to say it.
Grand final.
So they don't wait for him to get off the ground. Umpire tosses the ball
He's
back
alright,
in,
he's
right on the paint of 50. I'll restart where I was a minute and a half ago. Gisborne player fires through, is caught
kick.
high by Lockie Humphrey. He's going to get the free kick. Now look to chap it in, Murphy. Thought about the handball, then chips into the pocket. Bounces off the chest of Thomas. And then it's just sent forward for Golden Square off the ground. And it comes off hands. And there is a lot of push and shove going on off the ball now a little bit. A little bit of feeling in this game now. We're about to tick into the 20th minute of the second quarter here. It is Golden Square leading by 8 points.
Rayner wins the tap for Golden Square. Doesn't really go anywhere. Dragged it in, but right on the siren. Tough time in the Fresh Bendigo Grand Final footy reserves Grand Final here at the QEO. Gisborne 2-3-15, trail Golden Square 3-5-23, and that's live sponsor Bendigo Bulk Carpets score. Both teams coming back out onto the ground here, Cam, and the third term about to get underway.
Yep, the third quarter. Again, just waiting for the last of the stragglers to get off the ground. Those stragglers happen to be the Golden Square coaching staff, led by Jamie Hogan, of course. We've got Dale Lowry down there as well.
Man too.
Yeah, he'd be very nervous Collingwood man. So
he'd want to win this.
I said to him before the game, I said, how do you think you'll go? And he quickly went, you're talking about Collingwood.
Yeah, he would have.
So in the middle, umpire lofts the ball up. The second half, reserves grand final, of course. We do enter time on in the second half. Golden Square lead this one by 8 points.
Nolder and Rayner goes up. Rayner wins it forward for Square. Could have been a holding free kick. He's still being held there. That was young Burke, but no free kick. Ball it up, umpire. A lot of players around it. We'll have a secondary bounce, or throw up, sorry, in these conditions. No bouncing today. Rain tumbling down here at the QEO. Rayner taps it out the back. Lee's on the ball now. Big body in there. Tap forward for Square by Jenkin. Kick forward there. Scrubbing kick was McDonald, the captain for Gisborne. Ball's back in the centre. Hasn't gone anywhere in a minute and a half. Scrubbing forward. Tapping it out there, looking to soccer it off the ground was Jenkins for... might have caught one high. Umpire says, no, not in these conditions. I'll ball it up. Centre half forward for Golden Square. Third term here. We've plucked one out.
Off the ball.
It's going...
The non-officiating umpire's called one off the ball.
I missed it. Free kick will be going to, looks like Dylan Hurd. He'll kick from probably 52 metres out, city end. We missed that one, Winnie, but may have just been high contact.
I think it might have just been a little push off the ball.
Rain tumbling down here at the QEO. Hurd, deliberate approach. Kicks from right on the paint of 50. He looks to have pushed it right. The goal umpire's going that way. He has. First score of the third term, 3-6-24, 2-3-15 in favour of Golden Square. Live score sponsor, Bendigo Bulk Carpets.
Gisborne will bring the ball back in.
He did, very well.
Yeah. That breezes. Even just looking at the rain, you can see the rain. It is clearly pushing to the right. It's starting to come down here as Gisborne send it down the poolside wing, but it's turned over. Golden Square send it back inside. Norris is down there. Good mark, and almost ended upside down there was Thiner. So Thiner has it, pushes back over his mark. He's got an option to come across to the grandstand side, but he decides against it. Sends it straight down at the poolside wing. Good day to be a pool. Ball on the far side of the ground. It's Murphy over there for Gisborne. Draper's got it, sends it back to where it come from. Chasing after it was Norris. It's just a bit of like ping pong at the moment, back and forwards, and it's going to be broken up because it's a mark on the far wing for Gisborne.
I reckon the guys would have been sitting there at half time, not knowing the weather conditions, hoping it might have cleared a bit while they was having their break. Come out and seen this.
Yeah, they'd be disappointed if they were hoping for it to clear. It's the heaviest it's been all day. As the ball's made its way to the half-forward flank on the outer side. Absolutely tumbling down, Cam.
On a day like today, do you trade the water in for cups of coffee and stuff like that at half time?
Oh, what was the old one they used to have to warm them up?
Maybe a little bit of Stones.
That's the one I was after, the Stones. That's kick forward there. Punch down. Winning the footy. Oh, taking them on. Good tackle by Clinton Young, and he's been rewarded. He's a big, long, thumping left foot kick, but even him today, it's a long way from home. He thumps it forward. 15 metres out, straight in front. Almost marking it there for Gisborne was Thomas. A lot of players over the top of this ball at the top of the goal square. And that's, Winnie, that was a good kick there from Young. Just get it in there because the ball hasn't been down that end at all at the Barnard Street end.
No, it hasn't. It's obviously been a bit quiet for the spectators up that end, hasn't it?
Sure has.
A bit of shelter, I suppose.
There is a fair crowd down at the Barnard Street end, but they've seen hardly any action in this reserves grand final. Ball goes up, ball comes back down. We'll ball it all up again. Take two on that one. If they can kick a goal at the Barnard Street end, we haven't seen a score down there yet. It would be worth its weight in gold to come out of the contest. It was a chance for McDonald. He's been good for Gisborne, but he wasn't able to take it cleanly and find a way through. We'll ball it up again. So third time, pretty much in the same spot. Huge pack of players around it. In there is Burke for Golden Square, able to try and get it wide. Handballing their way out of trouble. Draper went in, unable to pick it up cleanly. hard up against the players' race. South Bendigo social room side of the ground. And it goes out of bounds right in front of the players' race. And we'll have it thrown in where a few of the Strathfield Say players are standing underneath shoulder on that far side. Of course, they are playing in the big dance of the seniors straight after this one against
Rayner wins
Gisborne
it
as
down.
well.
It's a kick forward there, scrubbing kick. Great courage going back there for Golden Square, and that was terrible. He's been good in defence, and he's tackled over the line. He's dumped unnecessarily. Should be a free kick. No, Winnie, nothing doing.
I think there is somewhere. Yep, he's got one.
Yeah, he did get it. That's all right. He was dumped over the boundary line unnecessarily there by Thomas. Defensive side of the ground. Long kick to half back. A lot of players will go up and contest it. Going in and fisting it away there was Nolder. Comes back inside and sliding in on his knees and taking a good mark. Looks like Davey. No, it's Young.
Clinton
They
Young.
look very similar.
I had that
the
happen to me in the
opposite.
first quarter.
It was just a
Makes me feel a little bit better.
Tapped down by Nolder and a scrubbing kick forward. Now, Young, if he's able to kick this at the Barnard Street end, it's almost worth 3 goals.
We'll just
Winnie?
call him Young Davey.
Yeah, Young Davey. So he's almost straight in front. Beautiful kick. Ex-Hawthorn, Collingwood, Hawthorn Premiership player, looking to be a Bulldogs reserves. He's yanked it out of bounds on the full. Commentator's curse for Youngie. And he missed everything, Winnie.
Well, look, the approach was good, but he looked like he put that little bit too much on it and just hooked it.
The approach was good, the kick not so good. That is a thumping kick out of that. It's gone all 60 metres of a drop punt,
Well done.
and it works to the front of the pack. Humphrey gets it, sends it forward. Here's a chance. Hurt's got out the back, takes a mark. They're moving the ball really quickly, but he's just got no one to go to. He slowed the ball down, tried to get a free kick for the stand rule.
Oh, good luck.
He eventually pumped it inside forward 50, carries over the back of the pack. That was good transition play, and that breeze is carrying the footy. That was a 60-metre drop punt.
Do you see that a lot, though? You move the ball into the forward line too quickly, and because everyone plays up the ground, there's no one there to kick it to.
And his full forward led to the wrong spot. It was classic twos footy there when he should have led to the scoreboard pocket. But anyway, boundary throw in. Golden Square attacking. 3-6-24 to 2-3-15. 6.5 minutes third term. It's a shallow throw in. Eaton taps it down. Oh, copping one in the mush there for Golden Square was Burke. Picked up, handball back. That's all. Could have been a high tackle. Gisborne players appealing for holding the ball, but not in these conditions.
And just on that too, that whack in the mouth, a lot of these things you won't be feeling until you thaw out in a couple of days.
Yeah, you pick them up about Tuesday. Tapped out the back. Good bump there. That was by Burke.
Oh, umpires found a free.
By Barrett, sorry. He's paid a free. I'm not sure that was there, Cam, but they've paid it and we'll play onto the broadcast side.
Yep, Dave Simon's right in front of us on the Golden Square bench. Wasn't happy with that one. Gisborne get the ball out. Comes out wide. Dorich is in there. Big pack around it. Still in there is Dorich. He's battling hard. Umpire says we'll ball it up and do it all again.
Wasn't much in that when he was just a good bump, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, look, I suppose they just want to get the, open up the congestion a bit and pay a couple of extra ones.
So while you two were talking, the ball went up and come back down, then we'll do it all again. Umpire lofts the ball up. Rayner got his hand to it. Will Lee tried to throw a bit of foot at it. Couldn't quite make contact. It scrounged forward. In there, Pellegrino. Kick going wide. Jenkins chases after it. Can't quite keep the ball alive. In hot pursuit of him was Brand Castellano. And we'll have it thrown in right in front of our broadcast position. 2-3-15 Gisborne. 3-6-24 Golden Square. 7.5 minutes gone. Third quarter. Live score sponsor, Rule and Outdoors, Castlemaine.
Rayner's been good in the ruck for Golden Square. Oh, he can't win that tap, though. That's a very shallow throw. It needs to be done again, I think. Yep.
Poor young fella,
He's worked overtime on the other
he's
side.
about 30 kilos wet, isn't he, this kid? But he's
might
done a great job.
He has. He might need the medical sub for the last quarter. He's done a power of work in that first half.
He needs a barber more than he needs a medical sub, I reckon.
I mean, that's a much
Interesting
better throw in.
Good work, lad.
Rayner does win it down. Socket off the ground for Gisborne by the doctor in Steinbach. It's in the middle, looking to win. It's Weber. Tackle without the footy. Umpire sees it that way as well. He's right in the middle of the QEO. Waste no time, being a left footer. Kicks it forward.
Oh, he's dropped after he kicked it. It's going to be downfield.
Be a free kick. That will go to, looks like Harry Thomas. It'll either be Thomas or Young. I think Thomas was closer, but Young says, I'll take it. But the umpire says, no, you won't.
It just didn't need to be done. He just got rid of him off the ball. He'd already kicked it, and then the bump came in. So
Young Seb chucking his weight around, probably didn't, like you said, probably a little bit late, didn't need to.
Fiddy, is it? Oh, no, the umpire's reversed it.
Oh.
Now, so that's a bit of over officiating there. So for Gisborne, I was looking behind the ball. Daniel Davey was into goal to the captain in Nolder. Anyway, the ball's on the outer side, kicking it forward. There for Square was terrible. He's had a lot of the ball. It's made its way inside 50 on the scoreboard. Kicking along the ground, but goalkeeper style for Gisborne. That was Murphy.
I suppose the umpires aren't taking any, they're not taking any crap if they see anything happening. They're keeping right in control of this game.
It wasn't much, but I suppose unnecessary. So, as you said, it keeps it under control.
Left-hand forward pocket, QEO. City end of the ground. Eaton tries to work it forward. Going in hard there for Gisborne was Fraser, and they're happy to concede it behind through Manders. So I bring the ball back into play. And they've probably been, I reckon, nearly been the better of the team against the wind in this third quarter. They've come out a little bit stronger. They're quick to bring the ball back into play. They go towards the poolside wing. Big pack of players fly up. There's a Golden Square player down. A little bit of time to get to his feet. It's picked up by Eaton. It's fired inside forward 50. That's desperately unlucky. Sliding in, that was Manders, and it's come off his boot and gone out of bounds on the full, which will result in a set shot directly underneath the scoreboard. It's going to go to Dylan Hurd, I believe.
Yep, almost landed in the rotunda. Is that unlucky sliding in? Yeah. The way Hurd's been going, Winnie, he could kick this. He's Stevie J.
He's going the snap. Interesting. Underneath the pocket. He's going to snap it here on his right. Rolls in and he makes shallow contact, you said, but it floats through. That's...
Gisborne had the ruckman on the goal line too, and it couldn't have cleared him by much.
That was it was an interesting snap, but it doesn't matter how they go through as long as it goes through in the end. Hurd's got his third, and that is a goal probably against the play for Golden Square. 4-7-31. They lead Gisborne 2-3-15. 11 minutes gone, third quarter. Live score sponsor, Meat Matters.
You'd actually nearly class that as a couple of goals. That one, tight angle. Obviously, that sort of kick, that check sort of round the corner kick now is something that a lot of players work on, and he had no doubt and backed himself, and bang, nice effort.
We've only had one commentator's curse with Young. The rest have been pretty much spot on. So he's kicked through there 4 goals. So talk about opportunistic. He's putting in down there, Hurd, but we're back in the middle. Rayner and Nola. Tap down, fist in there by Barrett. Trying to get it forward, push in the back for, should have been to Fraser for Golden Square. For Gisborne, nothing doing. Some 10-15 players around this footy from both sides. 12 minutes gone in the third term of the Reserves Grand Final. 31 plays 15 in favour of Golden Square. Kick forward, ball skidding towards the boundary. Looking to take it over for Golden Square, and he's happy to concede. Was the co-captain in Sheldon Burke. Bit of push and shove, Winnie, but nothing really doing there.
I think they... It's been a bit of passion right from the start. Bit of that push and shove.
You'd expect it today, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you've got to, don't you?
Both rival Bulldogs teams.
Yeah.
They
don't love each other, I'm sure.
One thing's for sure is that the Bulldogs will be premiers today. Which one, we do not know. Ball goes in. It's brought forward. In there was Burke. Unable to get clean possession. Coming through was a big, strong bump. Might have been Jenkin. Ball hits the bottom of the pack. And we'll ball it up.
Plenty of instruction in front of us here from the Golden Square bench, Winnie.
There is. It's all happening, isn't it? They're making some changes too. They're certainly rotating their bench.
I did say right before the quarter they wanted to be 4 or 5 goals up, I reckon, at 3/4 with kicking against the breeze, and they haven't been able to really do so this quarter. Again, we just scrap around at the bottom of the pack, and we'll get another ball up. In there for them was Parks. Umpire throws it up again. Trying to find a way through for Gisborne. They eventually tunnel ball it kind of style forward. Sliding through was Fraser. He went sliding a long way there. Probably dealt with without the footy was Manders. Umpire lets it go. Has been pretty well officiated, I think, today, the umpiring in these conditions. So
yeah, it's tough for them as well. Tough for the players and just as tough for the umpires. It's gone to the half-forward flank. Rayner wins it down for Square. The tap doesn't really go anywhere. Comes out the back. Good, strong tackle laid on Hurd. This will be another ball up, half-forward flank. Ball's made its way probably 50 metres towards Golden Square's goal with no clean possession at all. Up they go again. Rayner wins his 48th hit out, and it doesn't really go anywhere. And we'll have another ball
Taking
up.
stats on that.
14, yeah, I've taken him in my head. It may be wrong, may have been 47, but this will go to 48 here. He goes up and wins it again. Taps down, doesn't really go anywhere. Coming through for Gisborne was Rayner. In there for square is Lee. The ball's still not going anywhere. Scrub forward there by Barrett, but it finds the chest of the Gisborne defender, and that being Brian Castellano.
So quickly sends it wide, but he's played on and kicked it straight to Draper. Draper wheels around onto his right, sends it to the hot spot.
Oi.
Coming out with Simons! Good mark for Paul Simons. Hasn't had a lot of it today, but he has got the opportunity to kick another important goal for Golden Square. 25 metres out, almost directly in front. Young Paul Simons. That was a nice mark.
It was a great lead and great kick to him. But,
Fortunes favour the Brave.
Costly turnover by Gisborne.
So, fortunes favour the Brave. It was Draper. Simons gets it, starts it left, swings it back. He gives the pump to the crowd as he puts it through. 5-7-37 now, Golden Square. 2-3-15, Gisborne. We have played 16 minutes in this third quarter. Live score sponsor, thanks to Ruin Outdoors, Castlemaine.
I tell you, he did like it. I had to look. I thought it was young Will Thrum that he gave it the double cobra. He really enjoyed his teammate kicking that goal.
We'll have to keep an eye out for that one again then.
I hope he kicks one to see what he does when he kicks one.
Who would have thought the lights would be on at 1 o'clock on grand final day?
Oh, it's telling signs, isn't it? It's a bleak old day.
We'll have a bowl, I think, in these conditions. We're back in the middle. 15, nearly 16 minutes gone. Golden Square lead 5-7-37 to Gisborne 2-3-15. Comes forward, out there, left foot kick by Humphrey, looking for the boundary line. Skidding it, won't make it. Going in there and trying to pick it up one-handed for was Manders. A lot of players over the top of the footy. The umpire says give it here. Bit more push and shove. Far side, half-forward flank, city end, which is the Golden Square end at this point in time. Up it goes, no real clear winner in the ruck. May go out of bounds or we'll have another ball up. Squirts out the back. Still in play. A lot of players around the footy. Bit of push and shove. It somehow stayed in. Out the back. Kicking forward was Nola. Makes its way inside forward 50. No clear possession. Scrub forward there. It was by McDonald from Gisborne. Too high. Free kick to Golden Square. We'll go to the goal kicker in Simons.
So Simons has it.
Oh,
Going to send it in. Oh, it's smothered. That was not a great option at all. Now Gisborne, can they force a turnover? They soccer it forward. Harry Thomas is there, but it's turned over and just pumped forward. Golden Square player's gone down after he kicked that footy a little bit gingerly. Inside forward 50. It's scrammage forward. Coming out after it. Simons couldn't quite take it. Will Lee's there. Tried to get rid of the man. No one able to take clean possession of the ball. James is in there. Fires it a handball. That's really well done by Gisborne. They just take the territory. It bounces towards the boundary. Picked it up, then quickly handballed it. That was Webber. He lost it. Jenkin got it. Gave it to Shelton. Chips it into the pocket. No one there. It's going to be turned over, and Gisborne will send a barrel into the middle of the ground in the direction of Boyd Nolder.
it's right on the centre wicket. Looking in the best spot for Gisborne there was Vernon. It's turned over. It's come out the back. Good play there by Golden Square. Scrubbing kick forward. To no one's advantage, really. It skids. Good play, good defensive play by Gisborne. Coming out, he was held there by the looks of it, was Theraful. Kick over the top. Looking to mark on his chest and doing it easily and just saying hold up play was Jenkin. Kick's got a man in the pocket, but the kick's got too much on it. And that was Hurd, who, I'll tell you what, if he marked that on the boundary, you'd nearly back him in from there, but the kick just missed him.
The old QEO, he still would have had 20, 30 metres in front of him before that boundary line came up.
But he still wouldn't have been able to see between the goalposts.
Changed the old shape of this ground a bit, haven't they, recently?
They sure have. 18 minutes gone, 5-7-37, Golden Square lead Gisborne 2-3-15.
Just remember, we do have time on in the second half of these grand finals. Ball goes to the bottom of the pack again off the throw-in. Gisborne player possibly dragged it in. You heard the call in the crowd, and the umpire agrees.
You don't get many opportunities, do you? You've got to get it out. You cannot sit over the footy.
Dean Norris is going to be the recipient. What's the umpire calling here? Blood rule. So Gisborne player coming off. You keep an eye on that one, Churchy. But it's going to be Dean Norris. An opportunity for a captain's goal. That
Oh, now
player
the
might have
sun's
been
out.
Thomas Fraser coming off.
Just one of the light
Yes.
towers.
I was a bit deceived with that before, thinking the sun's out, but the lights are on at the QEO. There is still a reasonable crowd, and they are still piling in here. Grand final day. Dean Norris, can he deliver a captain's goal for his side? Comes in, 45 out. He fires on goal. It never looked likely, and in fact, he's missed the lot out of bounds on the full right-hand side forward pocket. Didn't start it over near the goalpost like you told him to. Should have been listening.
He should have been listening to the broadcast earlier while he was out there playing. But anyway, would have been the joint captain. Would have been a good captain's goal, but not doing. Coming in now. Oh, it's kicked into the man on the mark, and it'll go out of bounds. No real damage there.
That ball must be getting heavier, though, mustn't it? Like
Yeah.
you just see that.
Young,
The guy on the mark's actually under the pump there, isn't he?
Yeah.
You have a good chance to get one in the
yeah,
face.
that's what you really want on a day like today. So you heard now, just giving his arm a bit of a rub where it hit it. Young fella to throw it back in. Davey moved into the ruck for Gisborne. Handball, no real advantage. Ball's in dispute in front of the golden square. Bench picked up well. Good one-handed pick up by James, but he's tackled now, and the umpire says, you need to get rid of it, Jamesy, and that's holding the footy.
He didn't get a chance to get rid of that that other arm free, did he?
Yeah,
He just
no, he
pinned.
didn't.
It's a great tackle.
And Harry Thomas will take the free kick.
So Thomas plays on, fires it down the grandstand side wing. Good target at the front there was Vernon. Couldn't quite bring it down, but he brought it to the pack. Holmes tried to claim a free kick, being tackled without it. It's fired forward, Weaver, but it is all golden square back there, and they take a defensive mark. It's starting to get a little bit shiny now. There's a little bit of sun shower, but they work it towards the wing here. And a good chest mark in the end is taken by Thrum. Been a bit quieter since a really good first quarter. But he plays on right in front of the grandstand. The target there coming through was Dylan Hurd, but he wasn't able to get it. Ball hit the bottom of the pack, taken by James. It is firing out handballs. Draper's lurking. So too for Gisborne was Steinbash, the doctor. And he was happy to see it across the boundary line. And we'll have it thrown in.
Live score sponsor Bendigo Bulk Carpets, Golden Square 5-7-37, Gisborne 2-3-15. 21 and a half minutes gone, third term, reserves grand final here at the QEO. Rain stops, sun poking through, lights are off again.
Every time they challenge Gisborne, I think Square are up to it, aren't they? They just seem to settle the game down a little bit and get back on top. So they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, they just seem to get a tiny little bit of clean possession, and which is at a premium today because these conditions are conducive to that.
That's it. The lights have been turned back off again, so conditions are obviously improving. Murphy struggles it forward for Gisborne. Might have been in the back, and he will get a free kick. It's going to go the way of Simpson. Can Gisborne find a goal or a score? It'll be the first score to the Barnard Street end here.
Bring him around.
Yet to see a score at this end of the ground. Simpson looks for a target. He's got a loose. And the Golden Square defence caught napping, and Simpson was able to direct the kick into the pocket. And a mark has been taken, probably a little bit closer to straight in front of goal. There's an opportunity for Weber. Or Weber. No score to this end of the ground yet here at the QEO. So this would be a huge goal right on the stroke of half-time. Luke Weber comes in, 35 out, not much of an angle. Steps in on the left.
Plenty of
and
advice.
he puts it to the left for a minor score, but it is the first score to that end of the ground. 2-4-16 Gisborne, 5-7-37 Golden Square, 23 minutes gone. Third quarter, live score sponsor, Meat Matters.
There's some pretty happy Golden Square supporters behind the goals up that end, I think.
Meat does matter because I think it might be Weber because the barbecue's only got one B in it, hasn't it? So we'll go with Weber.
Yep, that's a great way to look at it. Done
Free
well.
kick to Gisborne. To Golden Square outer side. They lead this contest 5-7-37, 2-4-16. As Cam said, first score to the Barnard Street end. Oh, going up and taking a good strong mark on the outer side for Golden Square. It's like Burke. Left foot kick forward, but to no one in particular.
Oh, dropped
Drops
the
what he
mark,
should have taken was Brand Castellano. That opens the door for Gisborne for Golden Square. Should have been a free kick. Player held without the footy. Gets up asking for a free kick, and that was heard. And Cam, I think he had a fair right of appeal.
Yeah, quite possibly. Hard to get a free kick in conditions like we've got today. Ball gets thrown up and then just knocked straight over the boundary line underneath the scoreboard here. QEO, right in front of that chip ban. Did you manage to get your hands on some chips at halftime?
No, they didn't bring any over, unfortunately.
Obviously, they haven't got the broadcast on in the van over there. Thrown in. Going up, not able to get a clean possession. Golden Square player went to ground. Unable to claim much of clean possession at all. And the last minute's been pretty scrappy footy. And
They'll
we'll
be
get it
pretty
thrown
keen
in.
for a rest, won't they, at three-quarter time? The legs will be fairly heavy at this stage of the day.
Definitely looking for three-quarter time. Ball's tapped out. In dispute. 45 out too high. Should have been a free kick. Umpire didn't pay it. The Golden Square bench in front of us were appealing for the free. Not forthcoming. Three-quarter time reserves grand final here. Golden Square 5-7-37. Lead Gisborne 2-4-16. That's fresh Bendigo grand final footy.
Test. Gisborne are coming home with the wind in this final quarter as well. But they do trail 2-4-16 to Golden Square 5-7-37. All the scoring, except for one behind, have been done to the city end of the ground, which is where Gisborne are coming. So it should be an exciting last quarter, especially if they can get themselves on the board really early in this last. They will certainly feel like they are a strong chance of winning this ground.
Umpire's just waiting for the crowd to get off at the Barnard Street end again. We're not far off of starting the final term here. Umpire holds the ball off. Fresh Bendigo grand final footy, final term of the reserves grand final.
The ball gets thrown up. Rain has been good. But that was an easy hit out for Davey of Gisborne, who's gone into the ruck. They knock it forward.
Interesting move there, Cam. Davey into the ruck.
I don't mind it. He's got a strong frame. They
Big
need
body.
some targets down in that forward line, Gisborne. So Davey wins it down nicely. Fired forward. That came from Murphy. Bounces wide. Can they get clean possession here? The Dogs picking it up. Trying to shake off the tackle was Vernon, but he couldn't.
tackle.
A fantastic tackle by the captain, Sheldon Burke, and he's been dealt with after it. He's going to get a 50. That right there is a captain's moment. Sheldon Burke, take a bow. Absolutely superb tackle. And he takes off. 3 Gisborne players arguing with the umpire. The 3 Golden Square players have all ran off in a wave. They send it towards Eaton. Not able to take it. Came off hands. James has got it. Kick was smothered. Gisborne able to soccer it forward. Grandstand
that's
side
dangerous.
wing. Coming through was Davey.
Dangerous.
Oh,
50. They're losing the plot here a bit.
they've
Gisborne.
lost it.
Early.
Wow.
Early in this term.
That was a really strong hit from Davey.
It was dangerous.
And the free kick was obviously there, but then he was also pushed off the ball was Brad Eaton.
You don't like to see that when he threw his head over the footy and that bump where he just came in straight on top of his head.
There was no care involved in that. He only had one option. He was going to hurt him, and then he's belted a square player right in the chin. And I thought, geez, here we go.
He's looking to take a few out.
I reckon Eaton may have exaggerated the contact a little bit there, but it's going to be a free. And if Jack Trolful can kick the goal up the Barnard Street end, this would really hurt. Comes in on the right, fires it goalwards. It swung, it didn't swing back, but it's through for a minor score.
Yeah, you might have a good point there, Cam. I reckon if Davey got you right in the chin, he's a big frame.
He wouldn't have bounced back up
You
as
don't
quickly as he
jump
did.
up to
5-8-38, Golden Square, 2-4-16, Gisborne. 2 minutes gone, final quarter, live score. Meat matters.
Brought back into the grandstand side. Going up was Rayner. Not winning the footy. Getting a kick forward there was Lee. Inside 50. Coming at the mark on his chest was Brown Castellano, but he's dropped it. He's got help there from McDonald, who's tackled immediately. The Golden Square contingent down the Barnard Street end, screaming for holding the footy, Winnie, but no chance there to get rid of it.
Yeah, you've got to be given a chance, and he had none there. He was wrapped up straight away.
Ball spills out of the ball up. No one able to get any really type of clean possession. But you won't mind this if you're Golden Square, ball being locked up that end of the ground. I know we've only played 2.5 minutes, but they'll be happy to see as much of the play up the Barnard Street end because there hasn't been a lot of play down there, as we've mentioned multiple times throughout the broadcast. Ball thrown up. Raiders there. Will Lee's in there as well. Quick kick out of the congestion is touched. Boundary umpire confidently touches the fingers to suggest that it was touched and we'll get it thrown in. Fresh Bendigo grand final footy. We've played 3 minutes in the final quarter. It is Golden Square leading this one, 5-8-38 to Gisborne, 2-4-16.
Tapped in, looking to scrub it forward for square was Jenkin. Doesn't really go anywhere, but he's got it back.
Good
Great
smother.
smother there by McDonald, the captain of Gisborne. Draper, handball over the top, but cut off there by Brian Castellano. Gets a kick away. 50-50 ball on the half-back flank. Socket into the middle of the cricket pitch. Great pick-up and attack there by Golden Square for Therapel. He's had a lot of the ball. Comes out to Draper. Wastes no time playing on. Bit of an up and under kick to the pocket. Deep in the pocket, maybe forced out of bounds. Yep, Gisborne happy to see it go over there. That was Bretherington. Golden Square looking the better side to start this last term, Winnie.
Well, they are. They've certainly bucked the trend of the day and have got the ball up at the Barnard Street end for most of this early start of the final quarter. So they'd be really keen just to be keeping, I suppose, just wasting seconds. Every second counts.
Yep, absolutely.
Big crowd filing through as we get a little bit of break in the rain. The lights are back on, though, here at the QEO. Gisborne work it out. They come through the middle of the ground. Need to be strong here. It might have been a push, and it is going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of Webber. So Webber's got it. Centre of the QEO. They've got some options here forward. Manages to find a loose. That's Thomas. He wheels around onto his right. Sends it inside forward 50. Ball hits the bottom of the pack. It's going to be a race. Steinbach's back there, but Golden Square have done enough to be able to force it over the boundary, and we'll get it thrown in underneath the scoreboard.
The tight chase.
Yeah, there weren't too many after that. I was watching Clinton Young actually see how far, and he was more than happy for it to go out of bounds. But the certainly
similar scoreline to what we had in the qualifying final 2 weeks ago, and it was Clinton Young that kicked 3 goals in a row in that last quarter to get the Gisborne Bulldogs home. Can he do it again today?
5 minutes gone. Last term, 2-4-16 plays 5-8-38 in favour of Golden Square. Thrown in, picked up there by Thomas. He's got a runner. Kicking across his body and behind the stick. May have been McDonald. In fact, it was the captain. Takes them to 2-5-17, 5-8-38. 5 minutes gone, final term of the reserves grand final.
What a change that would have made to the day. If that had gone a metre straighter, I think might have been the ignition they needed.
Will be brought back into play. What is the option here?
Taking his time.
Happy to take his time. Of course, remember, there is time on in the reserves grand finals, so ball goes wide. It's going to be sent straight back in, though, but it's a 5-on-1 situation there. The kick's going to drift out of bounds on the full anyway, and it'll be a Golden Square free kick.
Jack Therill deep in the back
Straight
pocket.
down the line there, young fella.
Don't come over. Oh, what's he doing?
Oh, no, it's
Goes across to goal to Burke.
It's worked out all right.
It's 50 here. It's worked out okay.
Is that the stand rule
The
again?
stand rule again's come into
He didn't
play.
impede it. Oh.
No. Anyway.
Don't get me started. He didn't impede the kick at all.
No. But it's 50.
To the letter of the rule it is, but if you don't impede the kick.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's a 46.5 metre penalty. Gives Gisborne time to get behind the footy. So Golden Square probably didn't really want that. But anyway, it's Burke to take it on half-back flank, and he goes to the outer side. He's got a man over there, the man wearing the lid in Holmes. Goes down the line, coming out full-chested, but not being able to mark it there was Barrett. Ball's on the ground. Umpire's seen a free kick. It'll go to a high free kick the way of Gisborne. 6.5 minutes gone. 38-17 in favour of Golden Square. Kick to centre-half forward. It's over the back. Nearly a falcon there to Burke, the captain. Umpire's seen a free kick of high again. It'll go the way of Golden Square. A little bit ginger getting up off the deck. Might have caught one in the snout there.
I don't think he was expecting Webber just to stand there and watch the ball fly past him.
Burke, handballs off to Jack Therill. Goes a scrubbing kick to the outer side, looking out there for James. He'll want the safety of the boundary line because he's got no help, but his pocket's picked over there. Going in was Jenkins.
Oh,
for
good attack.
Good attack on the footy was Simpson for Gisborne. Ball's kicked high. May bounce out. Looked like it was going to be out in the full, but bounces out. 7 minutes gone, final turn. Golden Square 5-8-38, Gisborne 2-5-17. Live score sponsor Bendigo Bulk Carpets.
Ball thrown in. Bit of volleyball at the top. Golden Square trying to find a way through, but they're unable to. It comes out. It's going to be sent forward. That was Jenkins. Just a real scrap. Gisborne have got numbers at the back. Finds in the hands of Manders. Sends it forward. Bounces over the top of its intended target. Picked up for Golden Square. That was Nick Ross. He was nice and strong. Sent it wide. It's going to be punched over the boundary line. Golden Square play had a bit of an unrealistic attempt at the footy there, but the umpire says we'll throw it in.
As you said, mate,
Far wing at the QEO.
good strong play from Ross. Big body in defence. Just did what he needed to do.
Far wing, QEO, poolside, in the middle of the ground. Waiting for the boundary umpire to send this one back in.
Oh, another shocking throw in.
And we'll take it again.
It's that poor young fella that's been working all day.
He must have thrown the ball in 700 times, I reckon. He'd be absolutely stuffed by the end of the day. He earned his money today, I reckon, that kid.
Yep.
As all the umpires.
Hopefully he's on double time being a Saturday. Another shallow throw in, so it favours Nolder. Taps it down, ball's in dispute. Rayner picks it up, not able to get a clean handball out. Burying his head in there for Golden Square was Humphrey. Ball's in dispute. A lot of players around this footy. Could have been a free kick there for a hold. There was. It'll go the way of Golden Square. Looks to be Humphrey. He was held and slung without the footy.
They haven't missed a trick, the umpires.
No,
today.
they've been really good.
Picked everything up that should have.
Humphrey goes short with the left foot, coming in and sliding on his knees and taking an uncontested mark is the captain over the outer side in Norris.
Norris sends it inside forward 50. A little bit shallow on the kick. Ball spills down. Will Lee's there, unable to take clean possession. Gisborne player just throws it out of there. But it's just a mass pack of players around that one. It's going to go forward. Turned over. Britton's got it. Has nowhere to go. Has to fire a handball. Lee's there for Golden Square. Picks it up. Sells some candy. Fires off a handball to a teammate. They bounce it towards the top of the square. Almost gets out the back. Here's a chance. Not quite working. Players sliding in all over the place out there. And I'd hate to be officiating that slide rule today. There's about 3 players that just slid straight into that one.
Put that one away. That's not on today.
Can't be. Bit of a crowd building too over there.
Yeah, there is. Big crowd. Forward pocket. Barnard Street end. Golden Square's end of the ground. And the umpire says we'll throw it in. 10 minutes gone. Golden Square lead 5-8-38. Gisborne 2-5-17. Live score sponsor Bendigo Bulk Carpets.
I think Square will be happy with this amount of time that's being sucked up without Gisborne.
Absolutely. Oh, could have been a free kick. There is. Been held. Will Thrum tried to burst through the pack, and he was held and well picked up by the umpire. He's in perfect position there to see that. And if Thrum can go back and kick this at the 10.5-minute mark of the last term, it could really, really be all over. Or was it Hurd? Oh, Hurd. He's their man. Winnie.
I think we were sort of hoping you'd get.
Yeah, well, this could really help us out here. I thought it was Thrum, but it's definitely Hurd. And if you want it in someone's hands, the man who's kicked 3 of your 5 goals for the day. Set shot, comes in now. He'll kick from 25. No real angle to speak of, and he loves it. He's put it through. 11 minutes gone in the last term of the Reserves Grand Final sees Golden Square go to 6-8, and they lead 2-5 on the live score sponsor, Bendigo Bulk Carpets.
Geez, look at that, eh? I think the Golden Square boys, they could just feel that that second hand go on to the Premiership Cup, and the Gisborne boys probably realising that they've got a lot of work to do in the rest if they're gonna, if they're gonna get it, the rest of the game to go. They've got to kick 4 or 5. Probably ain't gonna happen.
There's a huge goal and the first of the day to the Barnard Street end, and it comes in the last quarter.
Good celebration too.
Very good celebration. Jamie Hogan also gave the little fist pump down there, the coach of the Golden Square Reserves, right in front of us here. Going through for Gisborne, trying to find something was Dorich, and he's tackled hard by Rayner, the ruckman. Now Rayner goes up against Nolder. Wins it forward. Gisborne just soccer it forward, trying to find something here. Good work from Holmes, but he may be in a little bit of trouble if he drags it in there.
I reckon the Gisborne, who was that? That was Vernon. Tried the smart play of tapping in underneath him to suck the umpire in.
If you follow the AFL, you'd see that's often been getting paid a bit lately. Rayner goes up, wins it down again. Finding a way through for Gisborne was Jenkins. They managed to get a kick forward. That came from Fraser.
Oh,
Young got up, couldn't take the mark. Little shank kick off the boot for a Golden Square out of trouble. Is turned over. Fraser's got it.
Oh, he's off his mark.
Thomas Fraser, 55 from home, needs to find a target, chips it into the pocket nicely, but it just fell short of its intended target. Vernon sliding in, couldn't get there. Young's got it, spins around, he throws it on the foot, can't quite find a target. Rayner picked it up, Rayner got tackled, Rayner dropped the ball, umpire says you didn't cleanly get rid of it. Why are you laughing? It was clearly there. Clinton Young is going to pick up the footy, handball off to a teammate. That was Jenkins, gives it back to Young. Young on the left, fires it goalwards. He's got it! That is an unbelievable goal. Clever play to get his side back into the grand final. Clinton Young
What a great
just
kick.
handballed it off to Jenkins. He knew that it was his free, wheeled around him, got it on the left, bang. And Gisborne get their third, and they're back in the game. 3-5-23, Golden Square 6-8-44, 13.5 minutes gone, final quarter. Remember, we do play time on in the reserves in this last quarter. Live score sponsor, Rural and Outdoors, Castlemaine.
I don't know if Golden Square had enough representation on the goal line there.
No.
They looked like they were a little bit to the left, and it just swung around
They
a
didn't
little
have
bit.
much time. That was a good play by Gisborne there to move it quickly.
Back in the middle. One down out of the guts. Good hard tackle. All players just really putting their body on the line, as you'd expect in the final term in what's now a tight game. 21-point lead. Kick forward there by Hurd. Left foot kick. Sliding in. Picking it up there. Theraful. He's tackled as he kicks forward. One for the Crummers. Good attack on the footy. But he's thrown it. That's holding the ball. It is. Great tackle there by Golden Square. And that's 50.
No, it can't be.
Yes, it is. And
Come
Hurd
on.
will kick his 5th. Seen through the binoculars, clearly 50, and Hurd is it going to win the grand final here for Golden Square. He cannot miss Barnard Street End. He's in the goal square. Watch his celebration.
The crowd's about to go nuts.
Bang! Kicks it out on the road and celebrates with the Golden Square crowd. Massive crowd of people down that end. And Cam, that is game over.
What's the celebration you sort of said before? Billy, was it
The double
Cobra?
Cobra.
The double Cobra?
Yeah.
Did we...
He went the underground Cobra.
Right,
the two,
okay.
yeah, the
right,
flex.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, they love it. No, that's a huge call, that 50.
Yeah.
Because it certainly wasn't kickable from where he was.
7-8-50 plays 3-5-23 in favour of Golden Square. 15 minutes gone. Live score sponsor. Thanks to Breach Apparel, Bendigo. We're back in the middle.
2 goals from 50-metre penalties have been costly for Gisborne today.
Oh, didn't have it.
Shelton dived on top of the player there for Gisborne, picking it up, trying to find a way through is Burke. It's been a good contest, but
Very
Golden
good.
Square have probably just been that little bit cleaner with their possession. Trying to find a way through there was Trelful, unable to pick it up cleanly. Big pack of players dive on top of that one. And the umpire eventually says he'll ball it up, probably about 30 seconds too late for my liking.
They've been really good, though, haven't they, in trying conditions. Up it goes. Good fist forward there by Nolder. Gets to the half-forward flank, picked up. It's either holding the footy or holding the man, but the umpire says no, I'll have none of that. Kick forward there by Shapano, but marking on his chest is Eaton. He's gone back as the loose man in defence. He'll look to go to the pull side, chew up some time. Goes to the lid wearer over there in Holmes. Front of the scoreboard, which shows Golden Square with a comfortable lead, 50-23.
You're taking credit for that move too, for Eaton into the back line. You mentioned that at three-quarter time, Billy.
Yeah, I might have to go and get a medal, I reckon. Goal kicking coach. I might have to get Hogs to send one up here.
Oh, I think you deserve one. You've picked a couple of good moves here today.
Golden Square have got the ball, pull side wing. They send it down the line, trying to get a fly at it. No one able to claim the mark cleanly. A couple of players did try and claim it, but the umpire says it was touched. I'll ball it up, and it quickly does.
Comes out. No real clear winner of the footy. Might have a secondary bounce here. It's bouncing around like pinball. Comes out the back. Socket off the ground by Gisborne. Attempted soccer off the ground by Square. It's made its way to the wing. No clean possession. Really scrappy bit of play here for about 20 seconds. And the umpire says, give it here, boys. We'll restart. 17 minutes gone. 7-8-50 Golden Square. Gisborne 3-5-23. Live score sponsor Bendigo Bulk Carpets.
At least the rain has cleared here at the QEO. The lights are on, still a little bit fresh, but there is a big crowd building. Bet you that grandstand hasn't got an empty seat.
Hey, you wouldn't want to be going up there now. You got no chance.
Ball thrown up on the far wing. Just fired forward by McDonald. And it's an intercept there. Burke picks it up. He can sense that he is about to be a premiership captain, Sheldon Burke. But that kick is off hands and out of bounds for a boundary throw in.
Fresh Bendigo grand final footy.
Played all his junior footy at Golden Square, young Sheldon Burke's come through all
Good
the
to
way
see
through.
that.
So, of course, brother to Jaden Burke, the big key forward for Golden Square in the seniors. So, good to see when players like that play juniors all the way through get rewarded.
Absolutely. Means a lot to him. Two's Granny. Coming through, trying to win the footy there was Vernon for Gisborne. Ball's out. Draper, scrubbing kick forward. May go out of bounds over there in front of Manders, that it does. Half forward flank for Golden Square. Be crowned 2022 premiers in the reserves.
Especially him, you'll also get to celebrate it with his younger brother, Harry Burke, also playing out there today. So lots of brothers around. It's one thing that Golden Square do really well is they have lots of brothers and families that all tend to play together and stick together. Ball sent forward for Golden Square. Out of bounds on the full it is. So Gisborne will bring the ball back into play on the far wing. They are going to have to pull some sort of miracle if there are any chance of winning this one. Got an option in the middle of the ground, which is Nickel. He goes in that way, but he's turned it over. But Nickel's able to get it back because the Golden Square player was unable to claim the mark. Fires it towards the top of 50, but a defensive mark, and a strong defensive mark is taken for Golden Square. Nick Ross. He's actually had a really good final quarter.
He has. It was a good defensive mark. Goes out wide. Just looking to chew up the clock now. Smart play. Golden Square in no hurry. They're even kicking backwards. Over there now to Harrison Burke. He's in the back pocket on the 50. Still no chips from that van. Will soldier on. Kicks it to the wing. Golden Square will be happy with a stoppage or an out of bounds here that they get. Out of bounds over the far side of the ground. We've been playing almost 20 minutes in the final term. Fresh Bendigo Grand Final footy, Reserves Grand Final from the QEO.
Yep, the Golden Square supporters and players, they've already started. You can see on the bench there, Jack Sampson getting some cuddles by the crowd. Brody James is down there. They know that they are about to be crown premiers. Gisborne work at 4, but it's turned over. Trying to clear the possession. Coming out wide. No one really able to get clean possession. Norris is there for Square. Going in after it for Gisborne. Attacking the ball was Shaw. And the umpire says we'll ball it up.
See a couple of Golden Square boys waiting to come off the bench and get onto that ground.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of a scramble in that last dying minutes to
no one wanting to come off.
No, you don't need a rest at this time of the day.
Kick forward there. It was marked in defence by Therivel. He's been really good.
Jenkins away to the races.
Yep, out of side. Kicking down there. Oh, good full-chested grab coming out was McDonald. Kicks it.
Oh, well done,
himself.
young Jenkins.
It was Jenkins, in fact. Well done. Follows up his own work. Eaton more than happy as the loose man in defence to see it go out of bounds on the half-back flank for Golden Square. Almost 21 minutes gone in the Reserves Grand Final term. Golden Square with a comfortable, unassailable lead.
Got a fair bit of senior football experience as well. Young Jenkins, he's only a young fella, so premiership medal for him in the reserves, and hopefully he can push towards more senior football next year because he's a terrific talent. Barrett throws it forward. Gisborne Soccer won, but it is all Golden Square back there.
And 7 metres.
7 metres off the deck. Pay the mark on a wet day.
Pay it today, it's good enough.
7 metres, 15 metres, doesn't matter. Golden Square have got the ball in defensive 50.
Kick to the outer side. This is again, Square will be looking to kill it for a stoppage. More than happy just to milk the clock here, whether it be out of bounds or a ball up. It is out of bounds, far side, with a big crowd of the netball. Joel giving us a comprehensive wrap at 3/4 time. Rayner and Nolder to do battle. Been a great contest in the ruck all day. Nolder wins it down, kicked him tight forward 50. It's cut off there by Barrett. He kicks it. Oh, not for the faint of heart, straight up the chimney. We've had enough rain today, we don't need any more. Half-back flank, another stoppage. So Lee gets up for Golden Square.
Looks like the rain might clear just in time for the start of the senior grand final too, by the looks.
Ball going nowhere, half-back flank. Ball it up, Umpy. Blow your whistle, son. Well done.
The senior boys would be getting a bit toey by now, I'd say. They're getting to the sort of, the end of this game. Boots are on. Oiled up, you're ready to go. It's a pretty exciting time in a senior granny.
So for the Gisborne Bulldogs, they take home an under-18s grand final. They're not going to take home the reserves, but they are going to be cracking it for a senior one straight after this. Soccering the ball forward for Golden Square. Finding a player. Nice day to wear a long sleeve. Humphreys.
He's been good.
He chips it wide. That's a risky little kick, but a good strong mark taken. That is Troffel. He's had a fantastic final quarter. He didn't care that Clinton Young was coming straight at him either. He stood his ground and took a really nice mark.
Young's frustrated on the mark.
he's just kind of been frustrated all day, though, I think, from Clinton Young. Gave away a few free kicks early in the game as well.
Kick down the line. There's the siren. 7-8-50. Golden Square, Gisborne 3-5-23. Golden Square, the 2022 Fresh Bendigo Grand Final Footy Reserves Premiers.
Didn't they have to work for this one today too? They'll remember this one forever. It was a hard slog. It pretty much body on the line all day, and they did a fantastic job. Gisborne didn't take a back step either, but I think it just when the game had to be won, Golden Square had that fella called Dylan Erd stood up and managed to put a few through the middle for him, and that made a huge difference.
And you did mention too, when during that halfway through that third quarter, any time that Gisborne challenged, Golden Square seemed to have the answer, whether it just be milk a bit of time off the clock with some stoppages or whatever it may be. So they had the answers all day, and obviously the answer, Dylan Hurd kicking 5 up front. Terrific performance.
Oh, look, amazing. To kick 5 in these conditions, but I think too was also the sort of goals. Like he, they were set shots. He got obviously an easy one there, a little easier one early, later in the day. But those goals, they're the ones that your on ball is working so hard on a day like this to get the ball into the forward line and to give the forwards an opportunity. When they miss, it's heartbreaking. But Hurd today he saved them, didn't he? He saved his best game for last, and he was kicked some terrific goals. So definitely for me, he was a match winner for Square, and I'm hoping he'll probably end up getting a few drinks purchased for him tonight.
Yeah, I don't think he should be opening his wallet maybe till Wednesday, but even then that could be at golf just to pay for his round with the boys having an enjoyable day. And you did mention some better players there. Obviously, you were looking after Gisborne, the defeated side. Who did you see, mate?
Look, as I said earlier, they all had a go. There was no doubt about it. They left everything out there. Captain's effort, Mac McDonald, I think all day he just went in and under. He was kicking the ball forward, he was pushing it forward, he was encouraging his teammates. So for me, I really liked his effort. I thought Nelda in the ruck, I mentioned him a couple of times, but that was a hard day, and both ruckmen on both sides worked hard all day. But he was good. He was giving Gisborne every opportunity.
We'll try and leave a little bit of space in the middle, so if you're a Square supporter, maybe venture over with your sides. And the Gizzy crew already lined up. Thanks everyone, another hard-fought grand final between the two Bulldogs teams. Well done to Gisborne and to our premiers in Golden Square. Our reserves football proudly presented by Harmac Homes, terrific supporters of the reserves competition. We'll have BFNL board member Beres Fitch, as well as Catherine Looms from Harmac Homes to assist in the presentations. We'll start with our umpires for the reserves grand final. Our field umpires, Cameron Nolan, Paula Shea and Bronte Anand. Boundary umpires, Hayden Pope, Logan Pope, Blake Pope and Luke Hartland. And our goal umpires, Paul Bauer and Ken Miller. The best on ground in the reserves grand final is presented each year with the Turner Medal, which is adjudged by the Fresh FM commentary team. The Turner Medal will be presented by Ferris Fitch from the BFNL board. And it goes to, from Golden Square, Dylan Hurd. We might get our runners up and the coach from Gisborne to come up and say a few words if we could, please.
Just like to congratulate Graham and the boys. They were too good for us today. When you beat us during the home and away season at home, you know, we really took stock on that and we dug deep, and we thought we'd end up playing a couple of times through the finals, and you know, you were just too good today. You wanted it too much. To my boys, you know, it's amazing what happens when the pressure comes on and how people react when the pressure's on, and I think we've got a little bit of learning to do from today. But take nothing away from you. You guys were fantastic today. Congratulations, and hopefully we'll see you again next year.
Congratulations to the Gisborne Footy Netball Club, another terrific season. Catherine Moons from Hartnett Homes is going to present our premiership medals to the Golden Square side. We'll go in number order. Start with number 2, Drew Barrett. Number 3, Harry Burke. Number 4, Will Lee. Number 23, Lachlan Humphrey. Number 25, Paul Simons. Number 27, Alex Jenkins. Number 28, Brodie James. Number 30, Will Thrum. Number 32, and the Turner medalist, Dylan Hurd. Number 33, Callum Draper. We might circle back to number 29, Jack Trelfall. Number 35, Kane Shelton. Number 37, Brad Eaton. Number 38, Ben Parks. Number 40, Sebastian Pellegrino. Number 41, Nick Ross. (45), Tanner Rayner. Number 50, Jack Sampson. Number 51, Zach Holmes. Number 55, Nick Simpson. Co-captains, number 22, Dean Norris. and number 34, Sheldon Burke. And the coach of the Golden Square Reserves is Jamie Hogan.
Whoa! First off, I'd like to congratulate Mark and the Gisborne boys. Look, we were the two best sides all year. We played off in the Premier. We opened the score and we were lucky enough to come out on top, guys. But you had a great season, so celebrate that, boys. I know it's hard, but a real worthy opponent, and we knew we had a big task on our hands. To my boys, yes. There was a bit of truth, trust, and you know, we had the trust, the unproven, we went out and proved it today. Well done, boys, I'm a better to you forever. Yeah, it's just, we're going to party hard for a week, I reckon. So, yeah, thanks, guys. We'll talk about this a little later. Yeah, well done.
We do have our senior footy coming up very soon, so we will ask that once we've presented the Premiership Cup that you do leave the ground as soon as you can. But we'll get our co-captains from Golden Square back up, Sheldon Burke and Dean Norris, to accept the Premiership Cup and the Harmac Homes Reserves for season 2022, the Golden Square Bulldogs.